Welcome to another episode with Curtis Heritage Education Center. Today we're going to learn about fire pumpers using this 1899 vintage German hand pump water pumper. In the Industrial Revolution, buildings got taller, cities got more densely populated, and with taller buildings you needed the ability to put water farther up on a building. As all innovation takes place, someone saw that as a problem, saw a possible solution. Crude hand pumps had been developed. Someone then decided, well, I wonder how high we can shoot the water. So one thing led to another. This is beyond the first generation of pumps in that it's a double-ended pumper. It would have carried 6 firefighters pulled by a horse team, and there would have been a pole that went across both ends of the pump. You would have had up to 6 people on either end pumping water, and it could shoot the water once they got up to pressure well over 100 feet. This vehicle is a twin-cylinder pump, double-handled. The earliest pumps were single-handled. The single pump only pumps on the downstroke. Every other movement of the handle is what's building pressure. This one, because each cylinder alternates pumping, there's always constant pressure. So it's easier to build higher pressure, which then would allow, depending on the nozzle you were using, shooting water much farther. The vehicle would have carried a variety of nozzles depending on the type of fire. The smaller the nozzle, the farther the stream could shoot, but less volume, up to a really large nozzle if you had enough people to maintain enough pressure. Part of it that identifies it clearly as a European vehicle is the brake. American vehicles had a pull handle for the brake. Most European carriages and horse-drawn vehicles had a screw handle that locked the brake, so the brake was either off or on. There was no feathering the brake pedal as we do today. The versatility designed into this vehicle, they had to try to predict what kind of conditions they would be faced with. So this was designed to both draw water from a pond or a cistern, because most cities didn't have a municipal water system with hydrants. So the center of this vehicle is actually a tub, so a bucket brigade could dump water into the tub, which would then be pumped onto the fire. So this is where the hose and nozzle would fit. The pumping action builds pressure in this sphere, and it's that pressure that pushes the water out. On these jump seats, they cleverly designed a bracket which helps hold the pump arm in place while you're being transported. But when you arrive on scene and you want maximum room to access the cistern in the middle, it simply flips out of the way, which unlocks this. Innovation is not a single event, it's in the evolution. And there's evidence on this vehicle of they designed the basic function, had it down, it was working well, but it's spring-loaded suspension, so as these big burly firemen are really putting their effort into pumping, the suspension is making the vehicle move all over the place. So they came up with an idea to fix that, locking the suspension in place using the simple screw device which locks the suspension both front and rear. And this vehicle represents over 150 years of various technological innovations, taking technology from one area, finding a new application for it, and then as that application is used, finding various ways to continue to improve it. And this piece really illustrates that point. If you enjoyed learning something about firefighting and this double-ended pumper, then subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot more content coming.